Hockey has returned to Paul Smith College for both the men and the women. Get an education on a 14,000-acre campus in degrees from forestry all the way to sports management. For more information, go to paulsmiths.edu.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York, the famed Herb Brooks Arena, as we get set for an exciting college hockey matchup between the Paul Smiths women's hockey team and Union Club. We're looking in on the pregame warm-ups as we see the Bobcats skating around in their zone, firing shots on the net, looking for some offensive output today. And starting in the net for the Bobcats, Katie Snyder, and she'll be looking to keep all pucks out of the net to support her team in this inaugural season for the women Bobcats. An exciting time for Paul Smiths and an exciting time in this Olympic arena as we wind to the opposite side of the ice, skating in the black sweaters with the maroon trim, the ladies from Union Club Hockey down in Schenectady, New York, warming up on the net as they look to put some good competition out on the ice as well. Winding down the warm-up period. What a recruiting tool here for all involved. We'll wind down the warm-up period, and then we'll get set for the opening period puck drop. My name's Glenn Burnett with your play-by-play and color commentary. So glad to be here, so glad you'd have me here. As the Lady Bobcats gather at their net, clearing out the hockey pucks, they'll send their starters out onto the ice, as will the Union Club. And then we'll have our opening period puck drop. We'll take a quick break and return for that opening period puck drop in just a moment. From the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York, you're watching Paul Smith's Bobcats hockey. We'll be right back.
Do you want to go to a college in the Adirondack Mountains and play sports on a 14,000-acre campus and get a degree in forestry, environmental science, hospitality, culinary, sports management? If yes, then you want to enroll at Paul Smith's College, a small private school located not far from Lake Placid, New York, the winter sports capital of the world and the host of 2 Winter Olympic Games. If you want to play traditional or Adirondack-themed sports, Paul Smith's College has it all. From hockey teams for men and women, Nordic sports on the Olympic venues in Lake Placid, to snowshoeing and bass fishing, along with one of the best woodsman's teams in the USA. Paul Smith's College even has an esports team. The basketball teams played this year in the Barclays Center in New York City and the Dome in Syracuse. We also have soccer and rugby for both men and women. For more information, go to www.paulsmiths.edu. Athletes first.
Welcome to the Lake Placid Olympic Center's 1980 rink at Herb Brooks Arena for this college ice hockey contest between the visiting Union College Dutch women and your Paul Smith College Bobcats.
And there the ladies stand on the line.
From Union College, starting at forward, number 2, Hannah Tokorski. At forward, number 15, Leah Piscatelli. At forward, number 16, Erin Malloy. At defense, number 9, Reed Nichols. At defense, number 21, Julia Shorest. And in net, number 1, Joanna Wright. And now, the starting lineups for your Paul Smith College Bobcats. Starting at forward, number 18, Nidia D'Amiero. At forward, number 23, The Bobcats are coached by Mr. Casey Garrish. The officials for today's game are Mr. Keith Clark, Mr. Kelly Long, and Mr. Buzz Rickard.
As the energy ramps up ahead of our first period puck drop, the goaltenders are ready. Snyder's ready, Wright's ready, you're ready, I'm ready. Let's play some Paul Smith's hockey. Laid out across neutral ice. Graham with it, feeding it up across, stolen away by the Union club. Played into the offensive zone. Picked up by the Bobcats. Union turning it back around. The first couple of shifts here out on the ice, generally a matter of getting a sense for the ice, the skating, and the opponent. And after we see a few shifts from both sides, the players will come into full focus. This one sent down for icing, and will set up down in the Paul Smith zone to Snyder's right. As we hear Coach Casey Garrish shouting instructions out onto the ice.
Thank you very much. What do you say, buddy? Thank you so much.
Getting clarification from the official. Play to the near side half boards. Union with it. Bobcats trying to clear out to neutral ice. Loose puck picked up. Union takes it back at center ice. Graham with it. Played up along the far side boards. Tied up. This one chipped in the direction of the Bobcats offensive zone. And this one fired up ahead. Bobcats hurrying into the forecheck. Played around the back of the net. Played out to neutral ice across the center stripe. This one poke checked away and now played off of the boards. Racing in to chase it as they battle up along the end boards. Bobcats forcing the puck out from beyond the goal line. Out to the point. Marson up at the left point. And this one picked up by Union. Union across the blue stripe from the right side. Shot, that one deflected into the end boards and chipped up and over the net. Out in front of Snyder, this one comes safely to the near side corner. Played into the corner by Union. Picked up along the near side boards. The Bobcats trying to work their way up the ladder. McDevitt out there battling for it through the face-off circle. That one out in front. Shot saved. Snyder down in the butterfly, keeping a close look. Backhanded shot. That one goes over the cage. And Union opening up with some shooting. Played down into the corner. Picked up by the Bobcats. Played out to the low left-hand circle. Shot saved. Swatted away from the slot. And now up ahead into neutral ice, battling for it from the far side boards. Bobcats trying to dig it away. This one comes loose to the boards, picked up and flipped ahead into the attacking zone as the Bobcats go in. As they send it deep into the offensive zone, they make changes behind the play. Graham out there, stealing the puck away. Out across the center stripe, working through neutral ice. Handed off in front, a shot. That one saved by Wright. And the net is knocked off its bearings momentarily. We'll have a whistle. We'll reset the net and have a face-off to Wright's left. Pardon me, that'll be outside the Union zone on the near side dot. 14:09 remaining, first period action. We're scoreless here in the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. Welcome to all, so glad you could join us here. Played into the offensive zone as the Bobcats chase it in. Played out from the goal line to the far side half boards. Union playing it back down low. And harassed out there on the ice by the attackers. Union easing it out across neutral ice. Entering in from the right side, top of the face-off circle. And well defensed as that one stripped away by the Lady Bobcat. Played around the near side boards, out to the point. Battling for it, yet looking for some help, giving an outlet And a stretch pass up ahead. Picked up along the far side boards, battling for it, and then poked away. And here's Graham cutting across the slot. And flinging it towards the net. That one blocked by the defense. Union coming back out of the zone. Played out to neutral ice. This one goes back in. And the Bobcats have cleared the zone. Played in from behind the net. Down along the end boards. Picked up by Union. Poke checked away. Fortin out on the ice. As this one walked out of the zone, Union across the center stripe, playing it up ahead, looking for some time to make some substitutions away from the play. From the right side faceoff circle, backhander, and that one goes barred down, signaled as a goal, and Union with the icebreaker. 12:37 remaining in the first period, and Union comes up with the first goal, leading 1-0. A tough one for Snyder as that one went up, barred down, hit the crossbar, bounced down, and just barely passed the goal line. Played out through neutral ice. Picked up by the Bobcats. Looking for a stretch pass diagonally to the left side. Unable to get it across. That one sticked away by Snyder. Centering pass. Well guarded out in front of the crease. Played out to neutral ice.
Union goal scored by number 13, Whitney Schwab. Unassisted, that's Schwab. Unassisted at 5:23 of the first period.
Tied up in the corner. Klein out on the ice. Here's Yet. Forcing the puck down to the end boards. Played up to the half boards. And there's that stretch pass they were looking for earlier. Delayed offsides for Union. And the Bobcats will benefit as they pick it up from the end boards. Skating up ahead. This is Klein. Up at the top of the slot. Fading to the right side. Looking for options. As she pulls it back around from the corner. Sending it back up high. Graham with a shot deflected by Union. And Graham racing back, the speedy skater with the stick check. And a great play as Graham had to race back on that deflection. Heading off the breakaway. Played out through the face-off circle in the Bobcat zone. This one sent up ahead. And that'll go no icing. As the Bobcats behind the net. Played from the half boards. This one chipped out to neutral ice. Picked up at the center stripe. Played back up along the left wing boards. That'll come around to the near side. Delayed offsides. Played out to the center stripe. Fortin with the poke check. And now Union in on the right side from the right wing boards. Played off the end boards. And Klein will pick it up from behind the net. Flipped up ahead into neutral ice. Sent across the center stripe. Picked up by Union as Union gains the offensive zone. But the Bobcats turning it around very quickly. Lead pass broken up. And shot towards the net. Held onto by Snyder. And that'll bring up a face-off to Snyder's left. 10:08 remaining, opening period action. Union leading 1-0. The Bobcats facing off in their own zone to Snyder's left. Fortin taking the drop. Played out to the point, Union. Playing it towards the net. Snyder with a pad save. Poked up ahead. And now Fortin. Racing up ahead, barely getting in on sides with a shot towards the net. That one deflected, now through the slot. Sticked away by Wright. Picked up by Union. Out to neutral ice. This one goes down across the goal line. That'll be icing on Union. And so we'll have a face-off to right. 9:40 remaining, opening period action. Facing off in the Union zone. As we see the Yet line out there alongside Fortin. Union picking up the loose puck, playing it out to the far side half boards, climbing the ladder out of the zone and racing up ahead. Chasing it down from behind. Shot save Snyder as she holds on to it. Really great opportunities here for the Lady Bobcats in this, their inaugural season. And so they're playing every team they can put on the schedule, and the opportunity to play against the Union Club team is a fantastic measure for them as they come into this game 1-1, still trying to figure out who their true competition will be. Played out to the right side, Union with it, up along the half boards, poked away by Klein, hemmed in at the corner, battling for it, up along the left side, skating out of their own zone. Played down to the end line, and that'll be icing on the Bobcats. So both sides getting a chance to make some changes ahead of the face-off as we swing to the other end of the rink. We'll face off to Snyder's left. 8:49 remaining, opening period action as we watch this live hockey game on the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. The famed Herb Brooks Arena. This is where miracles are made. The mystique and the excitement, the energy out here on the ice. Played into the Union zone. Out to neutral ice. Graham picking up the loose puck. She's got a couple of options. She plays it off the far side boards through neutral ice. Just missing the entrance as this one is sent deep into the Union zone. Delayed offsides. And we've got a hooking call on Union. And so the Bobcats go to the power play. 8:17 remaining in the first period, and they'll face off to Wright's right in the Union zone. Graham chasing after the loose puck. This one sent down to Snyder. Snyder hanging on to it as Klein comes back and picks it up, skating from behind the net. And hand it off to Graham. Keep a close eye on her. One of the standout skaters on the club.
2 minutes for hooking. That's
played up to the point. Peters.
At 6:43
from the point. Losing the handle momentarily. And Graham with the shot on net covered up by Wright. And that'll be blown dead. And we'll have a face-off to Wright's left. Bobcats with 1:27 remaining in the power play as the Fortin line comes in. Chamberlain on the backside. And from the left face-off circle, shot deflected to the side. Played back out to the left point. Cycled back down low. Chamberlain looking for a pass out on the right point. Looking for the quick tuck. A close call there, but closed off by Wright. Played out to neutral ice, and Klein will gather it up in her own zone and setting up from behind the net. Inside of a minute remaining in the power play as Klein hands it off. Here comes Fortin. Fortin cutting through the center. Shot on net. Stick saved by Wright. And that'll stop play momentarily as we'll see changes. Graham coming back out along with Yet. And stepping off, Fortin. And Diarmiero. This one played up along the far side half boards in the Union zone. Sent down into the Bobcat zone, gathered up by Chamberlain. Setting up behind the net, dropping it off. And up ahead to Klein. Klein working her way through the middle. Fading out to the right side with a wrister. That one blocked by Wright. Union plays it from behind the net. This one sent down the length of the ice. Signaled as no icing. As we see Snyder coming out of the crease. And now Chamberlain out to the left wing. Graham playing it up along the far side boards. Picked up at the center stripe. Union coming in, one-on-one with the defender. From the face-off circle on the right side. That's deflected by Klein. And Union from behind the net, centering pass out in front. Snyder with the save. And that'll shut it down, no rebounds. 5:57 remaining, first period action. You're watching Paul Smith's Lady Bobcats hockey on the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. My name's Glenn Burnett, covering your play-by-play and color commentary alongside my producer, cameraman, and color, Matt Scheller. Played through the slot. Union with a shot trickling down the slot. Doesn't make it to the goaltender. And this one's sent up to the point. Union trying to hold the line, and they do. Picked up by Fortin. She'll play it around the outside shoulder as it goes up the left wing zone. Marson handing it off to Martin. Fortin with the shot, and that one held on to by Wright. Setting up a face-off in the Union zone. It's been a great weekend of hockey, capping it off with Paul Smith's Bobcats hockey. We'll have the women's game now, followed by the men's. Union on the far boards, playing out of their own zone, working their way up the ladder, and just barely getting it out to neutral ice. Now racing up ahead, chased down, picked up by the Bobcats. Circling around the back of her own net. She's got a lead pass she could have. And Marson looking for the pass. Center. This one caught off the side of the cage. Nobody out in front of the crease for that one. And Chamberlain was looking for a lead pass there as she had led the bunch. Picked up by Fortin. Played across her own zone. Deflected away by Union. This one comes out to neutral ice. Played at the far side boards, picked up by Fortin with a 2-on-1. What do you call this? An on-woman advantage. From the left side, shot, rebound, still out in front as Wright tries to cover it up. And that'll be blown dead. A good opportunity for the Bobcats as they skated in 2-on-1 into the offensive zone. And a good look to take the shot right off the bat. Don't waste any time putting it on net. And now Graham with the face-up. Looking for control. This one's sent down below the goal line. Played out to the half boards. Sent across as Peters picks it up at the point but loses the handle. And that comes out to neutral ice. This one played back. A smart move by Graham to play that a little bit back away from the passing lane that was about to be jumped by Union. And that'll be whistled for icing. And we'll head back to the Bobcat zone. 4:05 remaining, opening period action. In a one-goal game. Union leading. Graham battling for the face-off. This one tossed into the corner. Picked up along the far side half boards. And now Chamberlain behind the net. Union from the near side. Low angle. Played up along the near side. This one out to the middle. A little early entering the zone, but the Bobcats come back with it. And just as Yet was about to come off and get a substitute, the puck comes by, so she's got to rejoin the play. And now D'Arminiero skating down into the Union zone, giving pressure up front. Union out to neutral ice, across the red stripe, across the blue stripe, with two defenders in front. Going to the backhand, that one denied by the Bobcats. A little rough play out there. Fort going to the far side shoulder, playing the boards as a defensive tactic, so it doesn't expose the passing lane. Hard to intercept those kinds of passes when they come off the boards. The board becomes a protector there. Shot out in front, Wright with a save. Played behind the net, Marson. Taken away by Union as Union skates out of the defensive zone across the center stripe. Passing it out to the left wing. That one will be left deep into the Bobcat zone as McDevitt sends it out to neutral ice. Fortin up along the right side. And in offsides as Marson had crossed the blue stripe ahead of the puck. And so we'll have a face-off outside the Union zone on the near side dot. 2:32 remaining, first period. Union leading 1-0 in this Paul Smith's women's Bobcats hockey match on the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. Just a third game of the women Bobcats history. And they're looking for more competition, bringing in some good talent from Union College to match up here in the North Country of New York. Played around the right face-off circle. Handed off in the Bobcat zone. From the circle, shot, save. Nice play by Snyder as that one was going to the near side post. And we'll have a face-off to Snyder's left. Circle as this one sent down the length of the ice, but not quite to the goal line with heavy pressure up front. Played up along the corner and a lot of physical activity out there. And we'll have a penalty.
I believe roughing was called there.
Roughing. It did look a bit rough in that corner. And so the Bobcats will sit one. We'll get the announcement on that from the PA announcer in just a moment. And Union on the power play with just inside of 1:45 to go in the first period. Union leading by a goal and looking to extend that lead on the power play. Entering the offensive zone from the right side. Slowly working into the corner with help up at the point. Cycle down low towards the side of the net. This one sticked away by the defense. Clyde up around the boards.
Nidia Diarmiero, 2 minutes for roughing. It's Diarmiero for roughing at 15:15 of the first period.
Poke checked away at neutral ice, and Union sends it back into the offensive zone. 1:15 remaining in the penalty. Just 1 minute left in the period. And so the remainder of the penalty will carry over into the second period. Union down low from the right face-off circle. Poke check, Chamberlain chasing down below the goal line. Out in front, Snyder with the stick check. Clears that one away. And a nice play here as Marson races up along the right side boards. Well played as that one was poked out from the goal area. And they needed all of that help. On the penalty kill, it's critical to possess the puck as much as you can. Played up ahead across the blue stripe from the top of the face-off circle. Crossing away from the slot. Loose puck out in front. And now Graham comes in. A little stick check trying to steal the puck away. With a little help from her teammate Fortin. Centering pass out in front. Nice backhanded shot through the legs. But that one blocked away by Snyder. Shot. That one deflected. Just 3 seconds left. Bobcats controlling the puck. And that'll do it for one period of play. And that'll do it for our first period of play. At the end of one, Union leads 1-0 over the Bobcats. We'll take a quick break and return for second period action from the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. You're watching Paul Smith's Women's Bobcats hockey. We'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back to the 1980 rink. The famed Herb Brooks Arena in Lake Placid, New York. As we get set for second period action, the goaltenders are ready. The officials ready. Let's resume hockey. As we enter this second period, Union leading 1-0 on the power play for just another handful of seconds. The Bobcats losing the handle behind the net. Played out to the face-off circle, through the slot, shot in on net, and Snyder with the save. Played out to the right side, shot, and that one grabbed out of the air as it was going over the net. And we'll have a face-off to Snyder's left. We're playing 3 17-minute periods. We just refreshed the ice sheet for this second period of play. Bobcats in on the offensive zone, applying pressure. This one played out through neutral ice. D'Arminiero losing the handle, picked up by her teammate. Graham pulled down to the ground, and now picked up by Union. Played from behind the net, out to the near side half boards. Cross ice pass, Union coming up with it. Poke checked away. And now Klein picks up the loose puck. Played out to neutral ice. Union entering back in through the slot, backhander. And a close call there. Played out to the point. Sent down to the face-off circle and then forced out of the zone. This one flung back into the Union offensive zone. Played out across the red stripe. Union from the top of the face-off circle, winding up, shot. That one deflected up into the glass. And now played to the half boards. Centered out to neutral ice. And D'Arminiero with the shot. That one closed off by Wright and blown dead. As Wright comes up with a save and covering up. We're back to 5-on-5 play. 15:08 remaining, second period action. Facing off to Wright's right. We're looking at the Fortin line, supported by Marson and Peters. And Klein on the back end. Played out past the point, losing an edge, trying to get back up. And a whistle. And it looks like Peters to the box. And Union going back to the power play, facing off in the Bobcat zone. Fortin taking the drop, played out to the point. Union surveying the ice, played down low. This one turned over in the corner as Klein picks it up.
To number 4, Sam Peters, 2 minutes for tripping. It's a minor penalty for tripping to Peters at 2:01 of the second period.
Played to the near side boards. Out past the point, Union losing the zone. They'll have to regroup. Pressured from behind, Fortin up along the boards. And this one popped up into the Union bench. And we'll have a face-off. As we see Klein and Fortin, D'Arminiero and Chamberlain on the back end. Played outside the Bobcat zone on the near side dot. Fired back in. And Chamberlain playing it out of the zone, up ahead. And D'Arminiero chasing it down in the corner. Applying pressure, playing shorthanded and applying heavy pressure in the offensive zone. A poke check sweeps that one away. And Union entering in from the right side, going to the backhand from the slot. Passed off to the left side, that one swatted away. Well played by the Bobcats defense. This one flipped up across neutral ice, down to the end boards, no icing. 40 seconds left in the penalty kill. And the Lady Bobcats out to the point. D'Arminiero surveying the ice, avoiding the pressure with help out to the right wing, as you can hear Chamberlain calling for it. That one shot wide of the net. Doing a fine job of applying pressure in the offensive zone while playing shorthanded. Nothing kills a penalty better than a shorthanded goal. 13:10 remaining, second period action. This one sent in off the end boards, wide of the net. Just a few seconds left, and we go back to even strength. Here comes Peters out of the box. This one sent in on Wright. Wright will cover up and hold on to it. That'll freeze play. Peters coming back to the bench. And now Yet out on the ice. D'Arminiero, Graham centering. Play down in front, loose, and that one goes in. The equalizer right there, folks. Loose out in front of the net with Wright leaning to the far side. That one shot into the open net on the back end. And a big play for the Bobcats. That right there signaling a women's Bobcats goal. And now all tied up just as they had gone back to even strength. Graham taking the face-off. Union comes up with it, controlling it along the left side of their offense. Played around the net. Snyder tied up against the post, keeping a close eye on it. Top of the slot, wrister. That one comes off of the post, and a quick reaction by Snyder to cover that up. Catching the post and flipping straight back out through the crease. The quick handy work of Snyder, freezing that one. Played to Snyder's left. Played out along the right side boards. Out to the right point. Wrister, that one deflected high into the air.
It's a Bobcat goal!
That one
scored by number 18, Nydia Diarmillero. Assisted by number 23, Molly Graham. That's Diarmillero, Graham at 4:12, the second period.
And so we'll face off to Snyder's left. 12:22 remaining second period action, all tied up, one apiece. Union in the offense from the right face-off circle. This one's sent to the end boards. Picked up from behind the net. Skating through neutral ice, losing the handle momentarily. This one comes rolling into the Bobcat zone. Played into neutral ice. Union controlling the puck. Played along the far side boards. Entering in on the left wing with help at the top of the slot. Dropped off to the left point. Pressured up front. Played down low. Poke checked away. And this one sent up along the boards into neutral ice. Picked up by Union. Pressured by Fortin. Passing through the defense, and that one shot through Snyder. And Union back out to the lead. Now up 2-1. As the Union captain picks up the goal there. 11:32 remaining second period action here on the 1980 rink in the famed Herb Brooks Arena. Played across center ice. This one picked up by Union, then forced away. Played out across the center stripe. Bobcats pressuring along the near side boards. This one picked up by Chamberlain from behind the net. Played off the far side half boards. Picked up at the point. That one poke checked up into the air.
Scored by number 9, Reed Nichols. Unassisted, that's Nichols unassisted at 5:28.
And now a big play here as Diarmillero on the stretch pass going to the backhand, couldn't get it off. And that one turned over. Big opportunity for the Bobcats. Delayed offsides, this one sent deep into the offensive zone. Union behind the net, played off the end boards. Knocked back behind the net. Diarmillero centering pass. That one deflected away as Union tries to clear the zone. Held in at the point. This one comes around to the near side corner. Rolling on edge. And Chamberlain trying to hold the zone. As she skates out to neutral ice. Chasing down the Union skater. And Diarmillero dragged down as she applies pressure in the defensive zone. Chamberlain assisting as that one kicked out. Played through the face-off circle. Up off the boards. This one heading down. It may make it for icing. Chased down by Union. And Union preferring to pick up possession rather than to take the icing in the face-off. And now trying to get to the backhand, loose out in front. Snyder scrambling out in front, knocks that one away. Played around the end boards. Into the corner. And this one sent down the ice. And we've got an icing call. And we've got a delayed penalty too, as Snyder had raced out of the net looking to get an extra skater on the ice during the delayed call. And Union sends one to the penalty box. That looked like a hooking call there. And now Graham taking the faceoff. 9:12 remaining in the second period. Bobcats now on the power play. Played from behind the net. This one looking for the cross-ice pass. That one came off of a skate.
Union minor penalty to number 15, Leah Piscitelli. 2 minutes for hooking.
Yet with it. Sent up to Graham.
For hooking at 7:46 on the second period.
With help out at the left point. Klein waving her stick, looking for a pass out there. And this one sent down the ice. Snyder stops it, hands it off to Klein. Klein from behind the net. Weaving through traffic. 1:10 left in the power play. This one stick back, stalling the rush. Chased in from the half boards. Played up along into the corner as Klein gathers it up from behind the net. Graham joining her, and she'll take it and lead it out. Molly Graham skating out through neutral ice. From the right side, taking the off-wing position with help out in front. Klein with the shot. That one deflected out in front of the crease. Right down in the butterfly, trying to close off the gap. And that one blown dead. Seconds remaining in the Bobcats penalty. Power play, pardon me. As we're looking in at Chamberlain. D'Armillero in the slot. Played out past the point. Half minute remaining in the Union penalty. Snyder settling it down. 7:36 remaining, second period action. Played around to the near side half boards. Chamberlain going from point to point. Sent up ahead, played off of the boards. And then dropped out to the point. Wrister, that one ticked through traffic, redirected just wide of the net. Picked up from the half boards. D'Armillero sends it back. Chamberlain with the shot bouncing through the slot. That one caught a stick but went wide. Played out to neutral ice, and now a foot race. Poke checking, trying to disallow the shot. And we got a delayed penalty. And the Bobcats will send one to the box just as the Union penalty had expired. And now Klein will go to the box for two. And so we'll face off to Snyder's left. The Bobcats shorthanded. Played from the face-off circle. This one into the corner. Picked up by Peters. She slings it around to the far side. This one escapes the Union offensive zone, and Union picks up possession in neutral ice. Played out across the blue stripe. And now played down to the other end. This one deflected, no icing.
To number 11, Charlotte Klein. 2 minutes for holding. That's Klein for holding at 10:05 of the second period.
With the backhander, Snyder with the save, rebound, save. And this one pushed out towards the point from the left side. Drifting up from the defensive spot. That one deflected dangerously close, but wide of the net. lofted across neutral ice straight towards the net. A better option than icing. Played out to neutral ice. Inside of a minute left in the Bobcats penalty. Centering pass to the top of the slot. That one poked out to neutral ice. Union reclaims it, but they'll have to reset. And that'll take up some time. Played from the slot. Backhanded back out of the zone. Union. Down along the near side boards. And this one looked like it caught a body as it deflected up into the air. And resuming action in neutral ice. Just 15 seconds remaining in the Bobcats penalty kill. And here comes Diarmiero. All alone, one-on-one with Wright. Shot! And that one whistled dead. A great look for Diarmiero. Speeding up ahead and firing that one right down Broadway. Wright made the stop. And we'll have a face-off to Wright's right. 7 seconds left in the Union power play. Playing out of their own zone. That one swatted through the slot into the corner. And we're back to even strength. Union with the puck in their own zone. Played out ahead into neutral ice. Picked up by Diarmiero as she fires it into the offensive zone. And Molly Graham with it. Along the near side. Trying to shake the defensive pressure. With options at the slot. Wrister. That one sails high above the net into the glass. Played from behind the net. Union with it. Played out across the center stripe. Gloved back down by the Bobcats. And played out to neutral ice. Union entering in through the center. Shot, goal! Picking the glove side, top shelf. And Union picks up their third goal as they extend the lead to 2. With 4:04 remaining second period action, Union leading 3-1. As we see Fortin out there taking the drop.
Union goal scored by number 9, Reed Nichols.
Played along the near side boards.
That's Nichols unassisted at 12:56 of the second period.
Played out to the near side half boards. Klein applying pressure down low. Looking to clear the zone. And that one batted around. Union with a look. Shot, save. To Snyder's right. Played out to the point from the left side. Union with it. Shot through traffic. That one stopped by Snyder. Picked up by the defense. Flung up ahead. As we saw Fortin and O'Neill come off the ice. Played down low at the half boards. Peters battling at the point. And this one sent down low. Marson collecting it. Graham from the half boards. Cycled back down low. This one will go all the way around. Union with it. Skating it out of their own zone. Across the center stripe. Across the blue stripe. Poke checked away. Sent behind the net. Union skating in, trying to hold his own. This one played out to the point. Looking to go past the defense there. And now a stretch pass, racing after it. No icing. Played from behind the net. Looking for options. Wide open at the right point. And a whistle. And Marson for roughing. And this one will come down into the Bobcat zone, facing off to Snyder's left. 2:08 remaining in the period. Bobcats down by 2. As Fortin will take the drop. From the top of the face-off circle. That one shot, deflected into the corner. Played out in front, swept away by the defense. Fired through the slot, that one goes through traffic. Set aside by Snyder. Played off the end boards.
Penalty to number 19, Sam Marson.
And this one,
2 minutes for roughing. That's Marson.
late icing penalty, or a late icing whistle.
For the second period.
Played into the Union zone. Union on the power play. And Klein flipping it out of the zone. Picked up by Union. And that's poke checked away. D'Armiero with a good play to kill some penalty. Played out along the near side. Around to the end boards. And Chamberlain with it. Chamberlain flipped up ahead through neutral ice. This one towards the net. And that favors the Bobcats there rather than sending it down for icing and having it faced off in the Bobcat zone. They'll get a face-off to Wright's left. 1:02 remaining, second period action. 54 seconds left in the Marson penalty. As we see Chamberlain back out there. Yet on the left wing, and Graham taking the face-off. Played along the half boards on the far side in the Union zone. Union slowly working it out of the neutral, out through the neutral zone. Picked up in the offensive zone, Bobcats. And this one will send a Union skater to the box for hooking. Can't do that. As we'll set up to Wright's right, Graham to take the drop. Supported at the point with Peters and Klein.
Union penalty to number 15, Leah Piscatelli, 2 minutes for hooking. That's Piscatelli for hooking at 16:14 of the second period.
Extra long wait time for those icing whistles. These last two go around. This one will come back to Wright's left. 28 seconds remaining, second period action. 21 seconds left in the Marson penalty. And then the Bobcats will go to a power play. Holding the zone. That one flipped along the dashers, picked up by Union behind their own net. Just a dozen seconds left in the period, which may just favor the Bobcats as they go on the power play. And they'll get a good chunk of power play time heading into the third period. So that'll do it for 2 periods of play. At the end of 2, Union extending the lead out to 3-1. We'll take a quick break and return for third period action From the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York, you're watching Paul Smith's Women's Bobcats Hockey. We'll be right back.
Esports is one of the fastest growing sports in the world, and it has exploded on college campuses across the United States. Recently, it has been launched at Paul Smith's College in upstate New York, and its coach, Matt Bailey, is excited about the energy on campus.
The energy for esports on the Paul Smith's College campus is exploding. We've had more kids sign up for this club than I've ever seen on campus, with over 50 in its first month of existing as an official club.
Paul Smith's is the College of the Adirondacks and has a 14,000-acre campus that offers degrees in forestry, environmental science, hospitality, culinary, and sports management. The National Association of Collegiate Esports, NACE, has emerged as the premier governing body for varsity-level sports and has swelled to 128 members. It began in 2016 with 6 colleges and universities. The current slew of member colleges gave out just under $15 million in scholarships this academic year for students to strap on a headset, grab a mouse and a keyboard, and enter the digital fray. Matt Bailey is excited about the next steps for Paul Smith's College and its esports team.
The next step for esports at Paul Smith's College is to enlist in leagues, travel more, get our students out there, and make sure that people know esports is part of our college.
For more information on esports at Paul Smith's College, contact Matt Bailey.
It's that time again.
Because he was totally texting me all night.
Third period action. As we see Snyder carving up the crease, as goaltenders tend to do. Welcome to third period action as the Bobcats skating on the power play for another minute. Played out through the center. From the top of the slot, that one deflected by the defense and rejected out into neutral ice. As we get started with this third period, Union leading 3-1. That one go down for icing, and we'll send it back to the other side. Bobcats just trailing by 2. Looking for a little bit of offensive support. As we see the Graham line out there. This one played behind the net. Bobcats with a little under a half minute left in their power play. Here comes Peter racing up along the right wing side. Shot, that one goes wide. Played out to the point. Out to the top of the slot. That one poked away. And the Bobcats will have to reset. Delayed offsides. This one sent down towards Snyder. And Snyder turns it away. Played along the near side half boards. Graham. And a call upcoming as Graham lost the handle and in desperation gave a little shove from behind. And so she'll go over to the penalty box. Just as the power play had expired, now they'll play shorthanded. Fortin in to take the drop. Awaiting the Union personnel. 15:34 remaining, third period action in a 2-goal game. Played from the right point, down to the left faceoff circle. Swatted away by Snyder. Chamberlain behind the net.
To number 23, Molly Graham. 2 minutes.
Loose out in front.
That's Graham for holding at 1:24 of the third period.
Played out past the point, and Union will have to come back out and reset on the power play for another minute 25 from the right side with help drifting in from the backside. This one slips out of the zone and a big break for the Bobcats. as Marson chases it down. This one sent down the ice, and that'll be icing. Another break for the Bobcats, as this will be faced off in the Union zone. .41 remaining, third period action, 107 left in the Union power play, playing out of their own zone. This one chipped out to neutral ice, picked up by DiArmiero, turned away, trying to get the shot off. That one set aside by Wright. Played behind the net, out to the near side boards. Across the center stripe, poke check, DiArmiero with a good play there. Delayed offsides, played up ahead, and this one deep into the Union zone. As the Bobcats will make some changes away from the plate. Peters is in, Marson is back in. From the top of the slot, Peters trying to crash through. That one played out into the corner. Out to the left point. Wristed, that one goes wide. Peters sent in on net, and that one goes in, catching a sliver of daylight on the redirect. Peters flinging it towards the net with the right idea. And it looked like Marson was down low in the crease, and they caught a little bit of daylight. And now it's a one-goal game. Shorthanded goal for the Bobcats with 13:35 remaining, third period action. Union up 3-2. Fortin in on the attack, deflected away by Wright. Fortin picks up the rebound in the corner. Centering out towards the slot, that one slips through, shot, and that one close call, saved by Wright. Peters again. Played through the slot. Battling for it outside the Union bench. Peters reaching down, trying to dig it out. And that one sent back to the end boards. Back to even strength. Union with it at the near side half boards. Peters flinging it once again. If there's one thing she knows how to do.
Scored by number 4, Sam Peters.
And so no redirection.
19, Sam Marson. That's Peters from Marson at 3:25 of the third period.
And that one played for icing. That'll go down to the Union side. And so that wasn't Marson with the redirect, but Marson was down by the net as that one slipped through. And if there's one thing that Peters knows to do, she can put it on net. I'm sure if you were to spin her around 3 times and tell her to take a shot, she'd find that net. Played off the end board. Centering pass across the crease. Couldn't get anything on the back door as Marson gets knocked over. Played at the far side half boards. This one comes rolling to the end boards, picked up by Union from behind the net. And now being hemmed in by the Bobcats. From the far side boards out to neutral ice. Up ahead on the right side. Union in the offense. Swept away by the Bobcats. And this one played out across ice, intercepted by Union. Trying to put one on net, and Chamberlain stops it. From the face-off circle, Snyder with the save. Played into the corner. Cross-ice pass, and a good look there. Racing up ahead, Marson with it. Played along the half boards. Marson battling for it, only to have it taken away by Union. Union through the defensive zone, exiting to neutral ice. That one broken up, stalling the rush. And this one sent into the Bobcats zone. Bobcats trailing by 1, 3-2, with 10:59 remaining in this final period. Intercepted at the point. Trying to get the shot off. That one deflected wide by Klein. Chamberlain guarding the crease. Out in front of Snyder. And now the Bobcats. Picking it up, loose puck. Here comes Klein. In on the offense. Klein to the top of the slot. Wrister. That one goes high above the net. Off of the glass. Played into the near side corner. Out to the point. Peters with a poke check. That one comes free. And that's busted up at neutral ice. Fortin chasing it up ahead. Applying pressure in the defensive zone for Union. Picked up by Yet. And this one poked out to neutral ice. Fortin dropping it back to Klein. Klein playing it down along the dashers. That one around to the end boards. Late to the near side half. Out to neutral ice. Delayed offsides. As this one cruises around behind the net. Picked up at the far side corner. Sent down to the opposite corner. And that not being called icing. Being called icing. And so we'll have a face-off in the Union zone. To right's left. Is that right? Left? Marson digging away for the loose puck. Peters flinging it towards the net. And now Union heading back. Bobcats dropping back on defense. Peters defending in the slot. And now this one played up along the mid-boards. And a big stretch pass. That one comes ricocheting off the far side boards. No icing. Marson there to help out with pressure. Union out of their zone. Closing in. Peters. That one shot wide off of the glass. Picked up by Peters. Peters trying to clear the zone. That one poke checked away. A lucky break, thanks to Klein for poking that away. Oh, and right. Fanning on the poke there. This one comes out to the half boards. A big hit out on the ice. We got to play her down. She's moving, but she took a tough shot. Getting to her knees, still no play stoppage, and now we'll get the play stoppage. As we'll stand by, trainer out on the ice. And that was Yet as she gets up and skates off under her own power, but a bit sore. .824 remaining third period action. Always for the best of health and well-being of all the skaters and their families. As we resume play, Union out of their own zone, through neutral ice. Played out across the center stripe. Cross ice pass. Picked up along the right wing boards. Marson sweeps it around. That one picked up behind the net. Fortin trailing the play. And now Chamberlain with a 2-on-1, a nice poke check as that stalls. Played out to neutral ice. And now to Yarmiero. Across to Marson. Marson sizing it up. Shot to the far side post. Still bouncing around. And a penalty called. And it looks like the Bobcats will go to the power play on what sounded like a trip. With 7:39 remaining third period action, Bobcats down by 1. About to go on the power play and taking a strategic timeout. As Coach Garish outlines some plays, giving instructions to the skaters. And over along the Union bench, discussion on how to kill the penalty. Plenty of time left in this third period, 7:39 remaining. In a tight matchup.
The penalty to Union College's number 13, Whitney Schwab. 2 minutes for tripping, and Schwab for tripping at 7:21 of the third period.
As the Bobcats wrap up their timeout. And will set up in the Bobcats offensive zone as they go to the power play. As we see Marson, Graham, Klein, Yarmiero, and Chamberlain battling for the faceoff. This one held in the zone, played out to Chamberlain. Chamberlain with the wrister. That one cuts through traffic. Picked up at the end boards. Played around the corner. Out past the blue stripe. This one will go all the way down as Snyder steps out to hand it off. Played down along the near side. Sent up ahead, Yarmiero sending it into the offensive zone. This one over by Wright, swept over into the corner. As we see Marson playing it back to Chamberlain, and that one passes all the way by as Klein and Chamberlain racing back into the corner. 1:12 remaining on the power play as the Lady Bobcats setting up once again for the next rush. Played from the center stripe. Picked up by Graham. Graham along the far side boards. Sent out to neutral ice. This one goes rolling down towards Snyder. Snyder will hand it off. And here comes Klein. Skating across the center stripe, playing it up ahead. This will go deep into the offensive zone. Flung out past the point. And this one's killing precious seconds off of that penalty for Union as that goes down for icing. 32 seconds remaining in the Bobcats power play. And it looks like Graham headed to the box. Keep an ear out for what that is. As we're going to go 4-on-4 in the Bobcat zone. Played through the face-off circle. Flipped up ahead. Marson chasing after it. Picked up in the corner. Played toughly along the end board.
The Bobcats, number 23,
Peters.
Graham. 2 minutes for roughing. That's Graham for roughing.
Oh no. Oh no. And that's a tough break for Peters. As she'll head over to the box, a tripping call. And so we're going to go 4-on-3 for the next 8 seconds. And yikes, Union will pick up a 5-on-3 after that. Shot in on net, Snyder with the save. Rebound picked up and sent through neutral ice. Headed down the length of the ice. No icing.
It's another Bobcat penalty. Number 4, Sam Peters. 2 minutes for tripping. That's Peters' minor penalty for tripping in 11:14 of the third period.
Played into the corner. Union with it. Sizing up the ice. Top of the slot. Wrister. Save! And the rebound put in. A power play goal for Union. And they're back to a 2-goal lead. And so Graham will come out. Peters will stay in. And we'll go 5-on-4 now. Diarmillero taking the faceoff. Played across the center stripe. Out to the end boards. Picked up by Union. Played from behind the net. Just about 1:10 left in the Bobcats penalty kill. Marson out on the ice. Played through the center. Union at the slot. That one shot wide of the net. Great performance in net thus far by Snyder.
Union goal scored by number 13, Whitney Schwab. Assisted by number 21, Julia Shores.
Marson settling the puck down.
Schwab.
Played down low. Diarmillero battling for it. Held in the zone. And Union comes away with the loose puck. And Union entering in after the fallen skater already in the offensive zone. That'll be offsides. 25 seconds left in the Union power play. 4:11 left in regulation. Union leading 4-2. You're watching Paul Smith's women's Bobcats hockey on the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. The inaugural season for these women Bobcats. An exciting time as they look to build history on top of this program. Played out to neutral ice, across the center stripe. We've seen some good skaters out there on the Bobcats side. Each individual skater with very distinctive playing styles. Easy enough for me to spot. And this is only my first go around with the Bobcats. Fortin pressuring as Union across the center stripe, across the blue stripe, top of the slot, save Snyder. And the rebound, save. Snyder continuing to deny on the shots. As we go back to 5-on-5. Marson heading back out. Fortin taking a rest. And now the Bobcats across the center stripe. Trying to gain the offensive zone. That one poke checked away from Marson. Union up along the left wing boards. Played around to the end boards behind the net. And now up to the half boards. Bobcats working their way out. And this one almost psychically knowing that her teammate would be out on the blue stripe up ahead. And the Bobcats gain the offensive zone. Laid down low. A little bit of stick checking. Battling for it. Marson sweeps it around. Diarmillero behind the net. Played out to the far side boards. And a nice steal sent in towards the net. Saved by Wright, set to the far side boards. And now from the point. That one deflected. Another try. And just a little too far away. Peters unable to hold the line. And this one goes out to the far side corner. Just outside of 2 minutes remaining in regulation. In a tightly played game between these two. They played in Schenectady yesterday and traveled back up to the North Country to play on this relatively home ice for the Bobcats. in Lake Placid, New York. Just a short drive away from their campus. Played at the point. 99 seconds remaining. Game time. As Klein enters in offsides. We'll keep an eye on Snyder to see as the Bobcats may want to go to the extra skater. Snyder, well out of the crease, prepared to head over to the bench. Looking to gain the offensive zone. D'Armiero from the left wing as she centers it. Snyder comes out of the net. Shot, that's held onto by Wright. No rebound as Fortin was cruising past the crease. And Snyder off the ice in favor of the extra attacker. Peters out on the ice. She's got a goal out there. And she's got an eye for the net. Played towards the Union goal from the face-off circle. That one chipped out to neutral ice. Racing after it. Peters played up along the right wing boards. Marson pressuring up front. 66 seconds to go. Played out to the point. This one comes out to neutral ice. A delayed offsides. And this one brought out to neutral ice. Picked up by Marson. And now Fortin out there. Marson with the poke check. Up ahead to D'Armiero from the far side half boards. From the goal line, centering pass out to the slot. Just missing the mark. Still loose out in front. Union trying to clear it. This one sent down the ice through neutral ice. 30 seconds to go. Played up along the near side boards. That one flung towards the net. And turned away by Graham. Graham picks up the loose puck. Played out to the center. Fortin played up ahead. Marson played deep into the zone. D'Armiero pressuring up front. 10 seconds to go. Played into the corner. Centering pass. Graham shot. That one rises above the net. Right behind. Out in front. And unable to get that one. And that'll do it. At the end of regulation, Union takes the win 4-2 in a close one.
For a game total of 26. And for the Bobcats, Snyder 2 for a game total of 18.
And the Bobcats playing a tight one against Union. Well matched out there. Good to see them finding their competition in this inaugural season. Takes a little while to build a program, and when you can go toe-to-toe with a Union club team like this, you're doing well. As they exchange goodwill on the handshake line, good game, safe travels, good meals, and good luck. What a great day to be a hockey player. What a great day to play hockey from the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. There's your final. Union over the Bobcats 4-2 in a close one. We'll take a break, clear the ice, refresh the sheet, and come back for the men's Paul Smith's Bobcats hockey team from the 1980 rink in Lake Placid, New York. You're watching Paul Smith's Bobcats hockey. We'll be right back.